Association football is one of the national sports of Scotland and the most popular sport in the country. There is a long tradition of football games in Orkney, Lewis and southern Scotland, especially the Scottish borders, although many of these include carrying the ball and passing by hand. And despite bearing the name football, bear little resemblance to association football. Founded in 1873, Scotland has the second oldest national football association in the world, and has various professional and amateur levels. The trophy for the National Cup, the Scottish Cup, is the oldest national sporting trophy in the world. Scotland and Scottish football clubs hold many records for football attendances. A game known as football was played in Scotland as early as the 15th century. It was prohibited by the Football Act 1424, as it distracted men from their marital duties. And although the law fell into disuse, it was not repealed until 1906. The sport was played by commoners and royalty, such as King James VI and Mary, Queen of Scots, alike. In Perth, apprentices progressing to become master craftsmen in the 16th century had to pay for a banquet and a game of football. There is evidence for schoolboys playing a football ball game in Aberdeen in 1633, which is notable as an early allusion to what some have considered to be passing the ball. In the 1700s, football was known to cause riots and severe damage to both property and players. Football in general had almost an ill repute. Football was mainly played during times of festival like New Year's Day or Fastens E'en. During these events, football was a mass participant, low regulation event. There were also separate matches for men and women. Association football's use as a leisure sport started in the 1840s as working schedules started to shift with the introduction of the half-day work schedule on Saturdays. This search for rational recreation was brought upon by the temperance movement along with city, municipal and philanthropic projects. By the late 1800s, association football was one of the major cultural activities among the male population of Western Scotland, both as player and as spectator. Railroads helped with accessibility for travel to games in other cities, making a professional league viable. Of the 37 football grounds in existence in 1887, 20 of them were within 100 yards of a railroad station. It is clear that the game was rough and tackles allowed included the charging and pushing, holding of opposing players. It has been suggested that this game bears similarities to rugby football. Contrary to media reports in 2006, there is no reference to forward passing, game rules, marking players or team formation. These reports described it as an amazing new discovery, but has actually been well documented in football history literature since the early 20th century and available on the internet since at least 2000. English public schools, such as Eton and Harrow, civilized the game by drawing up rules that encouraged players to kick the ball and forbade them from carrying it. The Scottish Football Association is the principal organising body for Scottish football. Members of the SFA include clubs in Scotland, affiliated national associations as well as local associations. It was formed in March 1873, making it the world's second oldest national football association. The founding clubs were Queen's Park, Clydesdale, Vale of Leven, Dumbreck, Third Lanark, Easton Granville and Kilmarnock. The SFA is responsible for the operation of the Scotland national football team, the annual Scottish Cup and several other duties important to the functioning of the game in Scotland. Professional league football in Scotland is run by the Scottish Professional Football League, comprising 4 tiers. Feeding into the bottom tier of the SPFL is the Scottish Highland Football League and the Scottish Lowland Football League. Other leagues: East of Scotland League, South of Scotland League, West of Scotland League and the North Caledonian League are deemed to be senior and are administered by the Scottish Football Association. Administered separately are clubs in the Scottish Junior Football Association and Scottish Amateur Football Association. In 2014-15 season, a promotion and relegation scheme between the SPFL and the Highland and Lowland Leagues came into operation. Rangers' record attendance of 118,567 as a British record for a league match. The Scottish Professional Football League is a 4-tier football league system consisting of 42 teams. There are 12 teams in the top tier, the Scottish Premiership, and 10 in each of the lower 3 tiers, named the Scottish Championship. Scottish League 1 and Scottish League 2. The Scottish Premiership is the top league in Scotland, and consists of 12 teams. It has existed since 2013, when the Scottish Premier League and the Scottish Football League merged into the SPFL. The top tier of SC